Hello everyone, I am Chaudhary. Today I am commencing a new text from Unit 1, Class 10. The title of the piece is Open Letter to UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres. So let's begin. Before starting, I would like to tell you the summary in very short. So the text is written in letter form. The letter has been written by Save the Children and Child Right Connect to the United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres. The letter expresses appreciation for the recent announcement of the Youth Advisory Group on climate change, but expresses disappointment that the list of young climate leaders does not include children in all their diversity. The organizations ask for the inclusion of children younger than 18 in the group so that they can contribute their expertise directly. They call for children to have a safe space to influence the upcoming preparatory events for COP26. Letter to UN Secretary General Antonio. That's the heading. So United Nations Secretariat General refers to the head of the United Nations. United Nations Secretariat refers to the administrative body of the United Nations, which is headed by the Secretary General. 42nd Street is a major street in New York City where the headquarters of the United Nations is located. New York NY 1017 is the zip code for the United Nations headquarters, which is located in New York City. 7 August refers to date. Here RE is subject. Inclusion means participation of children in Youth Advisory Group on climate change. Your Excellency. Excellency is formal address used when writing to a high-ranking officials such as head of state or ambassadors. So first line of the letter is like this. Congratulations on your recent announcement of 7 young climate leaders between the age of 18 and 28 years old to your Youth Advisory Group on climate change, who will advise you regularly on accelerating global action and the action to tackle the worsening climate crisis. So here, Save the Children and Child Right Connect are congratulating Antonio Guterres on his recent announcement of selecting 7 young leaders who are between the age of 18 and 28 years old to join their youth advisory group on climate change. The selected individuals will regularly provide advice to the person on 2 topics. The first one is how to accelerate global action, and the second one is how to deal with the worsening climate crisis. जलवायु नियन्त्रणलाई नियन्त्रण गर्न निर्माण गरिएको सल्लाहकार समूहमा 18 वर्षदेखि 28 वर्ष उमेर समूहका 7 जना जलवायु युवा नेताहरूलाई समावेश गर्ने घोषणा गरिएकोमा तपाईलाई बधाई छ भनिएको छ र यो युथ एडभाइजरी ग्रुपले विश्वव्यापी कार्यको गति तथा बिग्रदै गएको जलवायु सङ्कटसँग जुझ्ने उपायको बारेमा सुझाव दिनेछ. Now let's talk about the second line. We appreciate this important focus on bringing young leaders into decision making and planning process related to climate action. Here the speakers appreciate for involving young leaders in decision making and planning process related to climate action. जलवायु कार्यक्रम सम्बन्धी निर्णय र योजना तय गर्ने प्रक्रियामा युवा नेताहरूलाई सम्मिलित गर्नुभएकोमा प्रशंसा गर्छौं भनिएको छ। So let's talk about the final line of the first paragraph. We also welcome the emphasis you place on receiving and giving frank and fearless advice and the urgency of holding government and corporate leaders to account on climate action. Here the speakers are happy and welcoming the thoughts of Antonio Guterres for declaring that he gives and receives honest and brave advice. Further, Antonio Guterres says that it is also important to immediately hold government and business leaders responsible for taking care of the environment. That means he is going to give the responsibility of taking and caring of the environment to government and business leaders, which are welcoming. Let's talk about word meaning. Announcement, a formal public statement about a decision, event or other important matter. घोषणा गर्नु अथवा घोषणा. Accelerating, making something happen faster at a greater rate than before. Speed बढाउनु, गति बढाउनु. Global action refers to collective effort taken by countries, organizations, individuals around the world to address global challenges such as climate change, poverty, and inequality. Tackle, to deal with a difficult problem or situation, to make a determined effort to solve a problem. Face गर्नु, सामना गर्नु, tackle means. Worsening, becoming worse or more severe, झन बिग्रिँदै जानु. Climate action, action taken to address the impact of climate change and reduce greenhouse gas emission. Frank, open and honest in expressing opinion or feeling, straightforward. Fearless, not afraid of danger or risk, that is courageous. Urgency, that requires immediate action or attention, that is urgency. Okay class, we have just finished discussing the first paragraph and now we are going to move on to the second paragraph. We are disappointed, however, that you have not expanded this list of young climate leaders to children in their diversity. Here, the sentence means that the speaker, or you can say Save the Children and Child Right Connects, are feeling upset. Why? Because the list of young people who are working to fight climate change does not include different children from different backgrounds. So, the speakers are disappointed. Millions of children took part in school strikes for climate action in 2019 and early 2020 and demonstrated their outrage and constructive solutions in equal measures. So this means that many children around the world went on strike in 2019 and 2020 from school to show that they care about the environment and want to take action to help. They even showed that they were both angry about the environment problems. At the same time, they also demonstrated that they had good idea and constructive solution that would solve those problems. Let's talk about another line. They have been agent of change in the climate debate using their channel of influence, schools, social media and street protest to catalyze global activism on the climate crisis. So the statement means again here that children have played an important role in bringing attention to the issue of climate change and requesting others to take action on the issue of climate change. They have done this by using different platforms to communicate their message, such as schools, social media, and street protests. These channels have allowed children to spread their message and inspire people around the world to take action on climate change. Still, the advisory groups did not include the children. So let's talk about the final line of second paragraph. We have seen children from the global north to global south engaging with political and corporate leaders in their home countries and also within the international system, most recently at the UN Human Rights Council, claiming their right to safe, clean, healthy and sustainable environment as critical foundation to realizing their well-being and rights. So here this sentence means that children all over the world have been speaking up and talking important leaders such as politicians and business people that they want to have a safe and healthy planet to live on. They have been making these demands in their own countries, but also on an international level, such as by speaking in the United Nations. All of this is to make sure that people in power take the environment seriously and make changes to protect it. So in short, what we understand that विभिन्न पृष्ठभूमिका बालबालिकालाई समावेश गर्न युवा जलवायु नेताहरूको सूची विस्तार नगरिएकोमा सेभ द चिल्ड्रेन एन्ड चाइल्ड राइट कनेक्टले निराशा व्यक्त गरेका छन्। त्यस्तै 2019 र 2020 को सुरुमा लाखौं बालबालिकाहरूले जलवायु कार्यको लागि स्कुलहरूले गरेका विभिन्न स्ट्राइकहरूमा भाग लिएका थिए। त्यस्तै बालबालिकाहरूले जलवायु सङ्कट प्रति आफ्नो आक्रोश र जलवायु सङ्कटलाई न्यूनीकरण गर्ने रचनात्मक समाधानहरू पनि समय समयमा देखाएका छन्। बालबालिकाहरूले जलवायु सङ्कटमा विश्वव्यापी सक्रियतालाई उत्प्रेरित गर्न विद्यालय, सामाजिक सञ्जाल र सडक विरोध जस्ता प्रभावका विभिन्न माध्यमहरू प्रयोग गरेका छन्। संसारका विभिन्न भागका बालबालिकाहरूले राजनीतिक र व्यापारिक नेताहरूसँग संलग्न भएका छन् र सुरक्षित, स्वच्छ, स्वस्थ र दिगो वातावरणको अधिकार नै उनीहरूको कल्याणको लागि महत्त्वपूर्ण भएको दाबी पनि गरेका छन्। बालबालिकाहरूले यति धेरै काम गरे तापनि युनाइटेड नेसन अर्गनाइजेसनले आफ्नो युवा सल्लाहकार समितिमा यी बालबालिकाहरूलाई समावेश गरेन। एन्ड बिकज अफ दिज रिजन्स सेभ द चिल्ड्रेन एन्ड चाइल्ड राइट कनेक्ट्स आर डिसएपोइन्टेड विथ एन्टोनियो गटर्स। डिसएपोइन्टेड, अ फिलिङ अफ सैडनेस, डिससेटिस्फ्याक्सन, निराश हुनु। Diversity, the inclusion of people from different races, cultures, religions and genders, विविधताले भरिएको। Outrage demonstrated means a strong feeling of anger expressed in a visible or vocal way, such as through protest or other form of activism. That means रिस प्रदर्शन गर्नु। Catalyze means to begin, सुरुवात गर्नु। Global activism भनेको विश्वव्यापी रूपमा, सामूहिक रूपमा कुनै परिवर्तनका लागि लाग्नु, आन्दोलन गर्नु। That is global activism. Crisis, a time of intense difficulty, trouble or danger, सङ्कट। Next paragraph. It was, after all, a child, Greta Thunberg, who sparked this global movement through an inspiring soul protest. Here spark means to start, begin. And soul here it means lonely, alone. So a girl named Greta Thunberg, who started a movement to protect the environment by protesting alone in 2018. And after all means that despite people not expecting a child to make such a big impact, Greta was able to inspire others and create a global movement. By 2019, she was able to rightly assert, "We proved that it does not matter what you do and that no one is too small to make difference." So here, by the year 2019, Greta Thunberg was able to say that her movement, which she started in 2018, had showed that even though she was young and just one person, she was able to create a positive impact in protecting the environment and inspiring others to do same. It means that every person, no matter how small or young, has the potential to create a positive impact and bring about change. भन्न खोजेको, ग्रिटा थनबर्ग 2018 मा एक्लै वातावरण संरक्षणको लागि आन्दोलन थालेकी थिइन् र 2019 सालसम्म उनले आफूले भन्न खोजेको कुरा स्पष्ट रूपमा भन्न सफल भएकी थिइन् र उनले प्रुभ गरेकी थिइन् कि व्यक्ति सानो होस् अथवा ठुलो होस् कुनै मतलब छैन। यदि हामीले कुनै काम थालनी गर्यौं भने त्यो अवश्य नै सफल हुन्छ। In 2020, children are saying the same thing, like Fabrizio, a 16-year-old boy from Peru who told us on a recent child-led online conversation. So here, a young boy named Fabrizio from Peru who recently participated in an online conversation about protecting the environment, and he said that it is very important to take action now to protect the environment, because if we wait too long, it will be too late, and finally the polluted environment will badly impact on children. In 2020, children are saying the same thing. Same thing here, it means the same idea that Greta Thunberg shared, that lonely if we try to change something we can do. So the children are saying the same thing regarding the environment. Even in the year 2020, children all over the world are still saying that they can make a difference in protecting the environment, just like Greta Thunberg. Like Fabrizio, a 16-year-old boy from Peru who told us on a recent child-led online conversation, the future of children is at stake now. Tomorrow will be too late. The sentence is talking about a young boy named Fabrizio from Peru who recently participated in an online conversation about protecting the environment. He said that it is very important to take action now to protect the environment, because if we wait too long, it will be too late, and finally the polluted environment will badly impact on children. Children like Fabrizio are vocal in their anxiety that our dash to economy recovery will scupper climate change at net zero commitment. They continue to pressure on us all for urgency and to fight for a green recovery. So here, dash means quick run and scupper means to prevent. So the sentence is talking about how some children like Fabrizio are worried and speaking up about the possibility that our focus on recovering from economy problems might negatively affect our efforts to combat climate change. So here, dash to economy recovery means that people are working very hard and quickly to improve the economy after a difficult time, such as recession of pandemic, The word scupper means to ruin or prevent something from happening. And climate change refers to the long-term changes in the earth temperature and weather pattern caused by human activities. Net zero commitment means the goal to reduce greenhouse gas emission to zero or to balance the amount of greenhouse gases. Overall, this sentence is saying that children like Fabrizio are worried that our focus on improving the economy could negatively affect our efforts to fight with climate change, which finally scuppers or prevents to fulfill our commitment to reaching net zero emission. They continue to pressure on us all for urgency and to fight for green recovery. So here the sentence means that children like Fabrizio are continuing to encourage everyone to take action now to protect the environment and to work towards a green recovery, which means a recovery that is focused on helping the environment. Sparked, that means initiated, cause to begin. Assert, that means to state clearly and definitely that something is true. आफ्नो कुरा राख्न सफल हुनु. At stake means something is in danger of being lost or harmed. Dash means shift in thought, run in great hurry. Scupper means to prevent. Vocal means telling people your opinion. Net zero means having no effect of harmful gases. And recovery means the process of regaining something lost or damaged. So let us see next paragraph. Once again, Secretary General, we congratulate you on the establishment of Youth Advisory Group on Climate Change. We ask, however, that it be inclusive of children and adolescents younger than 18, respecting their right to be heard and to contribute their expertise directly. Save the Children and Child Right Connect are requesting the General Secretary that the advisory group should be inclusive of children and adolescents younger than 18. This means that the group should not have an age limit and should allow children and adolescents to participate and contribute their expertise directly. The request is made based on the principle of respecting the right of children to be heard and to participate in decisions that affect their future. We also ask that as preparation for COP26 advance, you call for the UK and Italy to give children a safe space to influence these upcoming preparatory events. We would of course be happy to support a process that facilitates meaningful engagement with children across the globe on both your group and COP26. So here again, the speaker is requesting, and his second request is that the UK and Italy should provide a safe space for children to influence the upcoming preparatory events for COP26. This means that children should be given the opportunity to share their views and ideas about the preparation for the conference without fear of discrimination or intimidation. The message also expresses willingness to support a process that facilitates meaningful engagement with children on both the Youth Advisory Group and COP26. COP26 stands for the 26th Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. It is an international climate conference organized by the United Nations which will bring together leaders, policymakers, scientists and activists from around the world to discuss and negotiate solutions to the global climate crisis. The conference will be held in UK in November 2021. The main objective of conference is to accelerate global action to reduce greenhouse gas emission, limit global warming to 1.5 degree Celsius, and protect valuable communities and ecosystem from the impact of climate change. Now let's see the word meaning. Expertise means dakshata, or you can say knowledge or skill. Preparatory means prarambhik, but in our context, preparatory refers to the event that are being organized before COP26, and engagement, that means the meaningful participation. Now let's talk the final paragraph. If the last 2 years have taught us anything, it is the children, armed with information and a sense of purpose, have a unique role to play by participating in decision-making process and in combating crisis with constructive solutions. Let us make sure that we learn and apply this lesson to the planning process related to climate action. So the line suggests that recent 2 years, the year 2018 and the year 2019, have taught us that the children who are well informed about a particular subject or issue, and if they have a clear goal or intention in their mind, they can play a unique and significant role by participating in decision making process. They also would be able to fight with crisis with the help of constructive solution. So let us make sure that we learn and apply the lesson to the planning process related to climate action. सो नेपालीमा भन्नुपर्दा हामी के बुझ्न सक्छौं भने यदि पछिल्ला 2 वर्ष 2018 र वर्ष 2019 ले हामीलाई केही सिकाएको छ भने कुनै पनि विषय वा मुद्दाको बारेमा राम्रै जानकारी भएका बालबालिकाहरूले र यदि तिनीहरूको मनमा स्पष्ट लक्ष्य वा नियत छ भने उनीहरूले निर्णय प्रक्रियामा सहभागी भई अतुलनीय भूमिका खेल्न सक्छन्। रचनात्मक समाधानको सहयोगमा सङ्कटसँग लड्न पनि सक्षम हुनेछन्। त्यसो भए हामी यो पाठ सिकौं र जलवायु कार्यसँग सम्बन्धित योजना प्रक्रियामा यो पाठ लागू गर्छौं भन्ने कुराको निश्चित पनि गरौं।